Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the horror-thon. And remember the big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it. To wear your mask.
Yes, it is Halloween. It is finally Halloween.
And we are continuing with our Halloween films. And tonight we have Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
For our Out of the Blue movie review.
Now, you know, Vince, a lot of people had a problem with Halloween 3. And when I was a teenager and I saw Halloween 3, I'd never had a problem with it. I mean, I never minded that Michael Myers wasn't in the film. I always just thought it was a really great movie. I mean, I never had a problem saying, well, where's Michael Myers? I mean, why isn't he in this movie? I don't know why I never did, but I never questioned it. It was Halloween 3, and I always loved the movie.
Yeah, me too. I didn't understand why the big deal over it. I understood it later. I mean, how everybody was like, well, it doesn't have Michael Myers in it, so you know, that was just stupid. They didn't do the Michael Myers thing. But as time went on, and you know, looking back on it, it just by itself, it was a great movie.
So let's get looking at the DVD here, Vince.
Just like Halloween 2, you have a reversible slipcover.
And this is what if you get the DVD, this is the cover that you will actually get with it. And, you know, Vince will show the other cover that comes with it. So this is the original cover. And like Halloween 2, this is all new artwork. And it's done like an old, you know, 1980s poster with the folds and the scratches. And it's really cool the way they did it.
And the reversible cover is, of course, the movie poster, which I've always thought, next to Halloween 2, was one of the coolest movie posters ever.
On the inside, you have the single disc that has the witch's face on it as well.
Okay, so the first thing I have to say about the film is the quality of the picture. Now, granted, I've never seen a DVD. They've had Halloween 3 out on DVD before. I never got the DVD. I never had this on VHS. The only time I've ever seen Halloween 3, just like most movies, it was on television. And usually the picture is like dark. It's really hard to see. And considering that, compared to that, this is the clearest picture I've ever seen of this movie.
Yeah, as soon as I put it in there, and I'm saying with you, I've only ever seen this on television and VHS. Just the quality of the Blu-ray is pretty outstanding. And I got to mention the colors. I loved how the masks in this film pops out of the screen because there's such vibrant orange and the green for the witch. And the colors are just really great in this film.
Yeah, all of it's amazing.
And like Halloween 2, we have 2 commentaries to get through. So let's start with the first one, Vince.
Okay, well, the first one is with the director, Tommy Lee Wallace, as well as a couple other people. Sean Clark, I think, is one of them, who does one of the little featurettes later on in the Blu-ray.
It was a hospital that had been long since closed down, so it was ideal for movie makers. Could just move in for a couple of days and decorate it and shoot, but I have no idea whether it's still there or not.
You know, the thing with the first commentary, you know, I found it okay, but the thing with Tommy Lee Wallace is he has a very monotone voice, and it puts you to sleep listening to him.
Yeah, and plus they do, just like Halloween 2, they have where they're talking about the film. They're obviously watching the film, which is good, but they're watching it and they're talking about it, and then there's like a minute or so that goes by, you don't hear anything, and then all of a sudden they start talking again.
And I mean, it wasn't the most exciting, and they seem like they're almost just kind of nonchalantly just talking about it. It's like, they do it in a really slow. They're not really excited about it, and it kind of drags a lot. There's no excitement in this commentary.
Yeah, it is informative, but just like Dave said, it drags a lot.
Now, the second commentary is completely different. This is with the actor Tom Atkins.
Well, it's obviously Dr. Chalice has not been the best husband, apparently, because he's...
Well, and probably not a very good doctor either. I don't know what the hell kind of doctor I am. Tell you the truth, I don't think I'm a brain surgeon. Maybe an internist or something.
Well, you're working like the worst shift at the hospital. There's nobody around. They don't want to put you in charge of anybody.
I know, and I'm too old to be an intern. I'm not just learning.
And I got to tell you, Vince, Tom Atkins has a great personality. I mean, just to listen to him talk in this film, and he has a fantastic laugh, and you can tell how much he enjoys this film. And I love this commentary, except I had a big problem with it.
Well, what was the big problem you had, Dave?
They didn't talk about Halloween 3 almost at all during this commentary. It started out a little bit about Halloween 3, he talks about it, and then he goes off to his rest of his career, because the guy keeps asking him questions like, well, what were you doing on the Rockford Files? And what were you doing in this movie with Frank Sinatra? And literally almost the entire commentary, he's talking about other films he made and says almost nothing about Halloween 3.
Yeah, that was true.
It was really interesting to hear his career and all, don't get me wrong. And, you could tell he was really excited to be there. But you're watching a commentary to hear about the movie you're watching and not about 4 other films that I've never seen before.
So the next is a featurette, behind the scenes making of. It's called Standalone, the making of Halloween 3.
And like Halloween 2, this is a really good making of. It's not a spectacular making of, but I think I actually like this one a little bit better than Halloween 2.
The decision not to use the Michael Myers character was stupid, and why they decided to leave that, I do not know.
Really good making of. Very informative. Actually, it was more informative than both commentaries put together.
I think he talked more about the movie in this than he did in the commentary. So,
okay, up next we have Hallowed Grounds.
Now, once again, this is Sean Clark running around, California, different places, showing different locations of...
You're right.
I lost my train of thought.
The train has left the station.
Gone like a freight train.
Well, what this is this guy goes around to all the locations that they filmed at in Halloween 3 and shows them what they look like now.
So now we're in beautiful Santa Mira, California, which in reality is Lolita, California. I'm standing in the spot where the welcome sign was located. And right behind me, that's the town of Lolita, aka Santa Mira. Let's go down there and see what we bump into.
And just like Halloween 2, this was a really interesting feature.
The next thing we have is the still gallery, which is pretty much exactly what it means. It's a still gallery. It has all different shots, and black and white and color, of photos that they took on set and offset from the movie.
And after that, we have trailers that were shown on television.
You don't really know much about Halloween witchcraft. The last great one took place 3,000 years ago when the hills ran red. Halloween.
And at the very last here is the trailer that was in the theaters.
And I always thought this was a pretty cool trailer too, and because it looked exactly like the poster. It's like the poster came to life.
So in all events, I gotta say, after watching this for the first time in I don't know how many years it's been, this is a pretty disturbing film. I mean, you have a guy who wants to melt all these kids' heads and have bugs crawl out of them and have the insects and bugs kill their parents. I mean, that's just a disturbing idea for a film.
And I loved it.
Yeah, it was original. I have never seen anything like that since.
they apparently have no plans of doing anything like it again.
So, in all, I would have to give Halloween 3 Season of the Witch Blu-ray a 5 out of 5.
And I would also have to give Halloween 3 Season of the Witch on Blu-ray a 5 out of 5.
Everybody have a great, awesome Halloween. Grab your silver Shamrock mask and have a great time.
Stop it, please, for God's sake, please stop it. There's no more time. You've got to, please, stop it now. Turn it off. Turn it off. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween to Shamrock.
It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the Horror-thon. And remember the big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it.
Happy Halloween.